This is second grade Into Math, Module 21, Lesson 2. Identify and draw two-dimensional shapes. I can describe and compare the attributes of two-dimensional shapes. Please gather your workbook and a pencil and turn to page 524. We will start under Build Understanding. Jana is making a book of shapes. She draws triangles and quadrilaterals. How can she describe the shapes? Part A asks us, how can she describe these two-dimensional shapes by the number of sides? So first we have a triangle, and we count the sides here, 1, 2, 3. So we know that a triangle has 3 sides. Then we look at another shape. Maybe you're not familiar with this shape, but we can still count the number of sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 sides on this quadrilateral. Let's take a look at the connective vocabulary to learn a little bit more about quadrilateral. A two-dimensional shape with 4 sides is a quadrilateral. One of the lines that forms a two-dimensional shape is a side, which we just counted, 1, 2, 3, 4, on this quadrilateral. It has 4 sides. Remember, a vertex is the point where 2 sides meet. So here we're going to look at the next question that talks more about vertices and counting those vertex. Part B asks, how can she describe these two-dimensional shapes by the number of vertices? We talked about vertices in the last lesson, and we know that this is the point where those 2 sides meet. So here we're going to look at, we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 vertices on this triangle. Now let's take a look at the quadrilateral. There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 vertices on the quadrilateral. Let's take a look at part C. Darnell makes a sign in the shape of a quadrilateral. What do you know about the sign? So take a look at part A and part B. With quadrilaterals, what did you learn? What can we write about if somebody's going to make a sign in the shape of a quadrilateral? Maybe pause and try this part on your own and come back to check your answer. After completing part A and B, I know that a quadrilateral sign will have 4 sides and 4 vertices. Nice work. Let's take a look at the next page, page 525. Jana adds a pentagon and a hexagon to her books of shapes. How can she describe the shapes? So we'll look at part A. How can she describe these two-dimensional shapes by the number of sides? You may want to pause and try this part on your own to complete part A and come back to check your answer, or you can follow along with me. A pentagon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides, so we will write in 5. A hexagon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides, so we will write in 6. When we look at our connective vocabulary, we see that a pentagon is a two-dimensional shape with 5 sides, and that's called a pentagon, and the hexagon is a two-dimensional shape with 6 sides, is a hexagon. So we have done this part correctly. Let's take a look at part B. How can she describe these two-dimensional shapes by the number of vertices? All right, let's go back and make sure that we remember that a vertex is the point where those 2 sides meet. So when we look at the pentagon, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices. And when we look at the hexagon, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. So we'll write in 6 here. Okay, now we're ready for part C. What shape is a baseball home plate? Well, let's start with how many sides it has. I show it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. It's a two-dimensional shape with 5 sides, so that means it is a pentagon. So we can write that in here, pentagon, and they have the word right next to us in this blue box. All right, let's take a look at part D now. The white parts of a soccer ball are shaped like a hexagon. How many sides does that part have? Okay, so when we look at a hexagon right here, how many sides does the hexagon have? Remember, we've looked at this here in part A and in our definition. So we can confidently write in that a hexagon has 6 sides. Great work. Now we're ready to look at page 526 under Build Understanding. Jada draws a shape that has 5 sides and 5 vertices. Part A asks us to draw a shape like Jada's shape. Okay guys, if you want to pause and try this on your own, you may do so, or you can also follow along with me. So I know Jada's shape has 5 sides and 5 vertices. So I will create a shape that has 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I will check my work. I know I've drawn 5 sides, but I'm going to check the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, perfect. Now, what is the name of this shape? I have some options here to pick from. I'm remembering that a shape with 5 sides and 5 vertices is called a pentagon. And that is right here in our box of words to choose from. Pentagon. Great job. Jada draws another shape. It has 6 sides and 6 vertices. Draw a shape like Jada's shape. Okay, so I'm ready to draw a shape that has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know it has 6 sides. Now I'm going to check the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. Now, what is the name of this shape? I have some options here. Quadrilateral, pentagon, or hexagon. I remember that a hexagon has 6 sides, so I'm going to write in the word hexagon here. Great job. Now we're ready for check understanding. Number 1, Neve has a quadrilateral. How many vertices does her shape have? You may need to go back and take a look at what a quadrilateral is in this lesson. A quadrilateral means 4 sides and 4 vertices. So I'm going to write in 4 vertices. Now let's take a look at part 2. Draw a shape with 3 sides and 3 vertices. You can always pause and try this part on your own and come back to check your answer. I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3 sides, and I'm going to double check that I have 1, 2, 3 vertices. I've drawn a triangle. Great job today, everyone. You can always go back and rewatch this video, and you can pause anytime as needed. Good work.